handers. And it would appear to me as though the Renault colours will be winning again. How appropriate that Renault and Prost will be the winners here. Renault, who pioneered the turbocharged engine, and here comes Heidfeld down the inside, and Prost hits him. Prost turns into him and puts Heidfeld off, and he's over. Oh my goodness me, he's over and on his roof. Prost defending, he's gone over, and that will be a red flag, I'm sure. And Prost is damaged as well. Who comes through to take it? It's Lucas Di Grassi. Audi Sport Apt Formula E team wins from Montani, and Apt in third place. Sam Bird will take a fourth. But absolutely terrible driving on the final run to the final corner. There was a really, really anxious look to the right-hand mirror from Prost just before Heidfeld dived down the inside. A clash of wheels, and despite the covers to the wheels, the Heidfeld Venturi car airborne. Prost is out of the car. Prost is out of his car. He hasn't made the finish. Turned into Heidfeld there. Gentlemen, how did you see that one? Nick Damon.
It's good to see that
Heidfeld is extricating himself from the remains of a Formula E car. The green light is still on, and he runs across the track towards Nico Prost, who's taking his helmet off into the pit lane, and there's going to be words here. There's a shrug of the shoulders. What did you do? Oh, I didn't see you, mate. Sorry, you were down the inside. You were blind spot.
I'm sorry, but I from one viewing, that was more Prost to me. Heidfeld got the inner run. We've seen people come up the inside that corner and be leapt through. It's a street circuit. You've got to give themselves a bit of breathing space, and you got turned into, in my opinion. But until you get the replay and see how far alongside Heidfeld was when it happened, it's hard to tell. But my feeling was it was at least 3/4 alongside when it happened. But congratulations, Lucas Di Grassi.
Lucas Di Grassi takes the first ever Formula E win for Audi Sport Apt Formula E team. Watch the right hand look. He looks once and he looks again. Oh, there's definite a movement. There was a definite movement to the left there from Prost. Sam Collins watching that. From a technical point of view, the car stands up exceedingly well to what could have been a really nasty incident.
Yeah, I mean, that's about as big a crash as you're going to get at these speeds, and it did the job. And the Dalara's proven itself to be a very strong car. The battery hasn't fallen out. The electric motor hasn't fallen out. Nobody's sort of been shocked or anything like that.
Green light on the top of the car still on Heidfeld's car. That means it's okay to touch it, does it?
I think that should mean it's safe, but it could mean it's energised.
Energised, okay.
Not quite sure which the lighting means.
It was still on when he got out the car, and I noticed the marshals weren't going anywhere near it.
Yeah, or I think it means it's energised because the cars that are running have got the green light on, so maybe it's not the cut-off switch has been knocked off. But you know what? I think that crash, because both drivers are fine, and it changed the race result, is exactly what this championship race needed.
Well, that's going to be on YouTube, isn't it? It is going to be on YouTube. That'll make all of the news, and whatever the lofty ideals of the championship, what will get this coverage and continued coverage is people crashing, sadly. That's when the and there's fluid coming out of the back of the Venturi, leaking on the ground.
Yeah,
that'll be out of the gearbox.
Gearbox and liquid cooling for the battery packs.
Okay. So the traditional motorsports draw of crashes and cars being destroyed and shedding bits of carbon fibre will be what gets this on the news across this weekend, as Nico Prost, I'm afraid, has given away a great result and probably the lead of the championship there. And he had a big look in his mirrors, and well, if he's turning into the corner he's going to hit the barriers. So he's not turning into the corner. He was trying to defend too late, or he was trying to intimidate Heidfeld. Heidfeld hit him, had nowhere to go, and then goes across the curb, which pushes the car airborne. One of the worrying things, I have to say, Sam, is how easily that car got airborne across the curb at not very high speed.
I think that's more of a symptom of these new FIA spec curbs that have been introduced.
I agree.
We've seen it at Le Mans, we've seen it at other circuits as well this year. These curbs do tend to provoke cars going airborne, because you look, as soon as he hits the curb, he flies. The car stood up to it. I mean, the fluid coming out, that's coming from the radiator, which is on that side of the car, and it's a very big radiator on these cars. But the drivers are both okay, and
That
It's
to me
exactly-
is a definite trip to the stewards for Mr. Nico Prost. And if that was
Oh, yeah.
F1, he'd be looking at a grid place penalty for the next race.
Oh,
So
absolutely.
Luca Di Grassi for Audi Sport Ab Formula 1 team wins the first FIA Formula E Prix in Beijing. There's 10 weeks now before the next race, so plenty of time for Venturi to get the car put back together. And it looks like, he's looked into that one for sure. Montani second place, Abt in third. So Audi Sport with 2 cars on the podium. Sam Bird just off the podium in fourth and will be ruining that long pit stop. 6 seconds, wasn't it, Nick?
I saw a later graphic.
Yeah, and how far away was he from the lead? 6.5 seconds.
Yeah, but I saw a later graphic which actually made it out to only be a 3 second in the actual pit lane. So I think it's a kind of a, again, everyone's still getting used to all the extra new graphics and the timing. And I think that possibly he only lost 3 seconds, which still would have got him into third.
And the safety team rolls the remains of the Venturi back onto one wheel, I think.